Hi guys, Erica Suter here, and welcome back to my channel on female athlete performance training. I'm so happy to have you here. And if you have not subscribed yet, please hit the subscribe button below so that you can get the most recent updates on my newest content. Today, I'm going to get right into it and talk about what in-season training is and what it isn't. Let's first talk about what it isn't. So a lot of people are very reluctant to in-season train and do strength training and speed training during the season because they feel it is going to be too much and too exhausting for their young female athlete. And I totally get it. And I know it can seem like just another thing to do, but it is going to be the most important thing an athlete can do to continue to stay healthy, but also to continue to progress and improve things like speed and strength. Now, in-season training should not make an athlete more sore. It should not make an athlete more exhausted. It should not add more stress to their schedule. So the good news is we can navigate all of these concerns. So the first thing is to make sure that in-season workouts stay short. And mainly with the strength days, athletes do not have to do more than 4 to 5 strength exercises. So just be sure to hit every single muscle group, a quad dominant movement, a hip dominant movement, and then an upper posterior and then an upper anterior. And you can just call it a day. If you have extra time, then maybe add an extra posterior movement in there, whether it's another upper one or a lower one, and leave it at that. It doesn't need to be this extensive workout. It doesn't need to be super high volume. Our worst enemy is high volume lifting in season, because not only is it very taxing on the central nervous system, but it also can cause more muscle soreness. So we do not want to venture over more than 8 to 10 reps for an in-season lift. We want to keep it from 6 reps or less and just stay in that sweet spot so an athlete is not fatiguing their muscles so much. So as far as what a week template should look like, there should be more of an upper body lift happening earlier on in the week. And that's only because athletes are going to be so fresh off games. So if there's a game on a Saturday or Sunday, that Monday strength workout should be mainly upper body focused, just to give the legs some rest. So a lot of athletes need that 72-hour recovery window to truly make sure that their legs are fully replenished and ready to come back stronger for that Tuesday practice. Now, as far as speed development in season, this should also happen earlier in the week, preferably on a Tuesday or a Wednesday. So when the athletes are recovered from the game, but they're still far out enough from the games on the weekend that they have time to also recover from that speed workout, because it also is going to be very central nervous system heavy, especially if we're doing max velocity sprints over 30 meters distance. And I highly recommend doing these still during the season, so athletes are getting faster and they're exposing their bodies to that sprint motor pattern. Now, as far as what is going to make an athlete sore, I already said high volume movement, so over 8 to 10 reps for a strength exercise, but also it really depends on how the coach is planning his practices. So I know a lot of coaches who do an amazing job with this. They tend to back off on Thursdays and do a low to moderate intensity day and have more rest time within their small sided games. They do more technical drills and walkthroughs, maybe some set pieces. So just keep that in mind. What is really going to make an athlete sore is if the practices have no rhyme or reason behind them either, and coaches are just constantly running your kids into the ground, and they're constantly doing small sided games where the ball's always in play. They're not giving enough rest time during these games, or they're doing 1v1s, 2v2s every single day. So keep that in mind as well. A lot of people tend to blame the strength coach on the muscle soreness when they aren't looking what's going on in practice. And I'll tell you this, a 3 sets by 5 rep goblet squat is not making your young athlete sore. It is more often than not the changes of direction in practice and the cutting and the jumping and landing. So keep that in mind. And then one more thing about in-season training is it becomes more about optimizing recovery and being extra mindful of getting quality sleep over 8 hours a night uninterrupted. So what this does is it allows the muscles to replenish. Growth hormone is secreted during sleep and it speeds up muscle protein synthesis. So the athlete is not in that catabolic state, because as soon as they're done playing a game, their muscles are already breaking down. So recovery becomes about getting good sleep and also putting energy back into the body and macronutrients with proper nutrition, and to really ensure that the athlete is coming back stronger to that Monday practice or that Tuesday practice and stronger than they were after that game ended. So really focus on building the athlete up. An athlete is as strong as their recovery routine. And I'm going to repeat it so many times, but if athletes are not getting the sleep and the nourishment they need, then it's no shock that they're going to be in a constant state of muscle soreness and something needs to be done. No amount of icing is going to help them. No amount of massaging their legs is going to help them. We really need to focus on the two powerhouses of recovery, which is sleep and nutrition. Now, if you guys have any more questions about in-season programs and what they look like and some techniques on how to make sure you fit them all in, I am happy to answer questions, as well as encourage you to check out my Total Youth Soccer Fitness ebook, as well as my remote coaching program. So check those out in the description below, and I'll see you guys next time.